I've reached the red ranks in Tekken 8 after only playing 50 matches, and I've never had any experience playing Tekken. And now, I'm gonna show you how you can do it too. I'm going to give you a step-by-step training routine and drills that will give you a strong foundation and guarantee that you start winning more in ranked. But at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you my secret technique that I use to rank up fast, and this is something not even most pro players are doing. But before we get started, we need to define what core skills we need to learn to succeed in Tekken 8. Defense, offense, punishment, and movement. And these are all in order. So let's start with defense. Here's a super simple drill to get you comfortable with blocking attacks in Tekken 8 and get better at defense instantly. Go into practice mode and set the dummy to attack you by turning it into a CPU. And just stand there and block. For new players like myself in Tekken and in other fighting games, when you pick up the game, it can be quite anxiety-inducing to try to block all of the attacks that are coming your way. So a good way to get rid of that fear is to figure out what's even possible in the game and what your opponent could do to you. So just sit there and block attacks. The way defense works in Tekken 8 is if you're standing, you can block high and mid attacks. The only way to hit a standing player is to use a low attack, so that's all you really need to worry about. But here's the thing. In most fighting games, you block low, and there's a very slow overhead attack that you can react to and stand up and block. In Tekken, it's a little different. There are a lot of low attacks that are actually too fast for you to react to and crouch block, but they don't do that much damage. So if you're getting hit by a lot of these quick low attacks, don't worry. Continue to block high and wait for your chance to attack. If you focus too much on trying to block every quick low attack, you'll end up ducking and getting hit by very powerful mid attacks that can lead into very large damaging combos. So by sitting in training mode and allowing the CPU to attack you, you can start to get a feel for how defense works, and if you pay attention, you can start to see which lows are quick and which ones are slow, and attempt to block only the slow ones. This is why in my first rank video, you can actually see me getting a few low parries because I did this drill so often. So that's it for defense. That's gonna get you used to blocking and get you comfortable with getting hit with quick low attacks, because they're really not that bad. After we figure out how to not die, then we can try to kill our opponent. Let's talk about offense. A theme you'll start to notice in this video is that I want to keep everything very simple. So for offense, it's going to be extremely so. All you need to do to win in Tekken is learn one combo. That's it. The inputs for combos are very forgiving in Tekken, so when you're looking for a combo, these are the checkboxes you want to fill. 1. The combo needs to start with a launching attack. 2. The combo should do 50 to 60 damage. 3. The combo should not contain more than 4 or 5 moves. If you're lucky, you could just do 1 or 2 moves over and over. This is the first combo I learned how to do with Jin. A simple rising 2, 1-2-1, and then down back 2-2-3. This combo contains only 3 moves. That's all, and that does around 43 damage. Now, I know you want to learn more combos, but let's slow down. Combos are really fun to do, but if you're just starting out in Tekken, just learn that one. Trust me, just that one combo that does 50 or 60 damage will actually be enough to kill your opponent if we add in the next skill that I'm going to talk about, punishment. When people talk about punishment in Tekken, they're specifically referring to when you block an attack that has a lot of recovery for the opponent, what buttons you choose to press to hit them afterwards. And the different buttons you choose to press are going to depend on whether you're in a standing state or a crouching state when you're blocking. For this, you can look up a specific guide of your character to see what their punishment tools are, and sometimes it'll be a rising button that you can press like Jin's Rising 2 that will launch the opponent into the air if they do an attack that has a lot of recovery. So for Jin, the fastest punishes would be something like 2-4, and if you're in a crouching state, 4-4. Think about it like this. This combo from Jin only does 43 damage. Each character in Tekken has 180 health points. Let's say you only have one opportunity to do your combo. The rest of the match, you're stuck blocking because your opponent is mashing on you. Well, a couple of those times they were mashing, they pressed buttons that were not quite safe enough. So let's say you have 5 opportunities to do a block punishment. That adds up to an additional 137 damage. And that's more than enough to kill your opponent. It's that simple. It can be that easy. So I'm gonna show you a match I played against a orange rank player where the only thing I did was block punishment. Just a simple 1-2, 1-2, and then a 4-2, and I was able to block the very slow low attack and get the rising 2, and I intentionally did not do a combo. I could have got much more damage here, but this is just to show you how powerful defense can be and how you really don't have to be scared of your opponent. And look at that, another slow attack blocked into a rising 2. You see what I'm getting at? And then from here, we move on to our last skill, movement. Movement as a beginner Tekken player isn't as important, but it's going to be important later on when you continue on your Tekken journey, so it's important to practice it when you first start. I'm going to recommend that you do Korean backdash drills to practice them, but to be honest, it's not entirely important until you get up to like purple ranks. Like you really don't. Like you can do the normal backdash. If people are telling you that you need to Korean backdash to play Tekken, you don't. You could do the normal backdash, you'll be fine. What is important for beginner players is backdash into sidestep. The purpose of backdash sidestep is it's a very simple way to get distance and also get out of your opponent's way so that they can hopefully miss an attack and give you an opportunity to counterattack. A good way to practice this is to 1, do the inputs. I recommend doing 5 minutes of Korean backdash and then 5 minutes of backdash sidestep per training session. And then after you do that, the second part is you should turn on the CPU and practice moving away from them using backdash sidestep and watching to see if they do an attack that misses and then doing a simple punishment like a down forward 2 or a hop kick to launch them. And that's it. Now you can play Tekken. You're a Tekken player. You're a Tekken player now. You're a Tekken player. And guys, can we stop saying that Tekken is hard? It's not. Oh my God. Yeah, I said it. Tekken is easy, bro. Now, if you want to go to the Tekken World Tournament finals, yeah, that shit is hard. But if you just want to pick up Tekken, play, win some games on ranked or even quick play, it's really that simple. That's all you need to do. Learn how to block, learn a simple combo, learn what your block punishes are, and do a little moving. Even the moving you could leave out. That's all it is. And then from there, that's when you get deeper with your Tekken play. And that's what I did. Using these basic strategies is how I got to light blue rank strategist in just 6 matches. After that, it was my ranked methodology that got me much farther than I expected. Using this one simple trick that a lot of the pro players are not even using. This was my secret technique to rank up extremely fast, having 0 experience. And I actually improved more by playing less. And here is the secret. I reviewed my gameplay after the matches. What? It's not just reviewing replays, it's the frequency in which you do it and how you structure your ranked gameplay sessions. Whenever you sit down to play ranked, you should have a specific duration of time that you've blocked out to play ranked. Usually, I try to only play ranked for 1 to 2 hours. After 1 or 2 matches or around 15 minutes of playtime on ranked, I will force myself to stop playing ranked and go back and look at the replay of the last matches I played. The reason I only play for 15 minutes is because the attention span of the average person is only about that long. And whatever combo or strategy I'm trying to use in ranked, I can only really focus on that for really that amount of time. If you play any longer, the level of skill is probably going to stay the same, and playing anything after that is you're not really going to learn much. For us people that are not naturally good at fighting games, it probably will take much longer before you can quickly adapt on the fly while you're playing. So I play for only 15 to 20 minutes. The replay review not only gives you tips to improve your gameplay as you're looking at it, it also refreshes your mindset for when you go back into ranked for your next couple of games. So you get a 2 times knowledge boost on your replay review. The replay review, if you're confused about your punishments, the replay review will give you suggested punishments. It'll tell you what combos you probably should have done. It'll tell you how to avoid certain attacks, and it's just an amazing tool. And most pro players aren't even doing this. So this is what allowed me to constantly be analyzing my gameplay, seeing if my strategies were working or not, and figuring out new ways to punish. The way I learned those punishes for Jin is because of the replay and review. From doing the review, I quickly realized that the way I like to play, which is very slow, defensive play, was not working at all. So then I adjusted my game plan accordingly and started to be a bit more aggressive, use more moves like Jin's forward 2. From then on, I realized the importance of using strings, so I added that into my gameplay. Remember, I'm still using all those basic skills I told you about at the start. And if you watch my rank series, you can really see how I put everything together step by step in each video. And that got me to the yellow ranks. And then from there, I went even more deep into my offense and learned about some easy frame traps that I could do with Jin, like down back 4 into 4, or using the Omen step to get an electric, and then doing 4 after that. And by doing all of that, doing my drills, practicing my combos and movement and defense as much as I can, and from reviewing my matches constantly, I was able to get from first Dan all the way to Garyu rank without ever touching a Tekken game before Tekken 8. And now you can too, and really get to experience how just fun Tekken is. I fucking love Tekken, and I'm really mad. I'm really fucking angry at all you Tekken players for constantly saying how hard it is. You scared me away from Tekken for years. I was literally so scared to play Tekken, but now I'm playing it, I realize I love Tekken. So I encourage all new players to focus on these skills and practice these drills in order. Here's the full cheat sheet. Defense. Get comfortable with letting the CPU attack you and get used to reacting to slow, low attacks like sweeps, aka snake edges. Offense. Take time to practice a single combo from a launching attack like down forward 2 that uses less than 5 moves and does anywhere from 30 to 60 damage. Learn what your character's block punishes are, standing and crouching, and use the punishment training drill to drill it into memory. And you can either use the CPU method, or there's actually a punishment training that will tell you what your suggested punishes are and get you used to practicing them. I recommend you start with your standing punishment only until you can do that without thinking, and then figure out what your crouching punishment is and add that into your gameplay after that. Then practice your movement, because you're going to need it later on. Do Korean backdash for 5 minutes on each side, and then 5 minutes of backdash into a sidewalk. If there's any character-specific movement that you want to add in, like a wave dash or maybe a backdash into a stance or something like that, by all means, add that in. That's going to be important for your character. In an upcoming video, I'm going to explain how to take all of these simple skills and turn them into a simple game plan for every character in Tekken 8. It'll be like a super beginner guide on every character. Once you learn all of those skills and you get on your feet, then comes the limited playtime and replay review. Play for only 15 to 20 minutes, so normally that's just 2 ranked matches. But then after 2 matches, go back, review what you just did. I thought it'd be important for someone like me to make this kind of video because a lot of the Tekken guides you see are from people who've played Tekken for years. They don't really have the perspective that I have as a beginner player. They haven't had to actually experience the low ranks in so long. They kind of get lost in like the big strategies and like, you know, the meta of Tekken, and they forget that I don't even know how to do a up forward 4. I don't even know what that is. What the fuck is a rising 2? So I think videos like this are important for beginners. We're beginners, we don't know. So I'm a beginner teaching beginners how I did it. I also forgot to talk about throws. You should probably learn how to break King's throws too. That's kind of important. And you should watch my next video where I go from the red ranks to the purple ranks as a beginner. I'll see you then.